A. And sticking with today's theme of doing real time, I'm going to go ahead and share one of the many stories I have from giving chunks of my life to them people. So, word had hit our yard about a rat coming from another compound. He was actually coming from somewhere out Hagerstown, and he was coming to Jessup, where I just happened to be living at the time. So once word hit the yard that this dude's certain offense was against one of the organizations that's highly prevalent here in the Maryland Department of Corrections. So they start putting together a mission. They got two recruits who are from DC, and they're getting ready to send these two to make their bones. One's tall and skinny, the other short and skinny. The problem is the person who had the offense was like Mike Tyson in his prime. You could not fit any more muscle on this man. Constantly working out. He had the little shoes that had the toes cut out that looked like gloves. Constantly in there doing calisthenics in the tier. Plus trying to move the whole weight pile out in the yard. Big, brocky brother. So these two dudes know they're going to have a little bit of trouble with this, even though they're strapped up. So three of the younger brothers from the organization offer to help them out. So this is 5 guys, 5 knives, and they go up to the cell, not all at once. One goes in and gets at the cellmate, who was 18th Street. And he kind of tries to tell bro, like, hey, you should get out of here. But there's a language barrier, because not only is he 18th Street, he's straight from south of the border. His English is not so good. And not only that, but I think he understood that there's a certain understanding between you and your cell buddy. Now, they hadn't been cellmates. They hadn't really had an opportunity to really get together, because this is the first week. They don't really know each other. And most organizations, if you're in there with a non-affiliate or another organization, a rat's a bad bone to have in there. You're not really going to be trying to rock behind your cell buddy. Even though normally, if everybody's good, you're supposed to protect your house. So, dude didn't get out of there for whatever reason. So, 2 dudes are on one side of the door, another dude's lingering on the other side, but 2 cells down, and the 2 DC cats running the cell. They ain't in there. You hear a little skirt, 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 scuffling around for a minute, but Big Yo gets them out the door. 18th Street comes straight out and gets out of there. He makes a left, then a right. He's out of the way. In fact, I don't even know where he went. I'm on the top tier. I ain't even see bro no more. No idea where he's at. So, 5 guys, 5 knives are working. They're trying to get in there. Pop, pop, pop. They're fighting. Big bro lands a punch. Boom. One of them dropped the knife. As he's going down to get his knife, Tall Yo comes over the top, misses, and ends up stabbing his homeboy in the top of the head, like in the top back, at the crown of his head. Boom. So when he hits him, his knife comes out of his hand. So there's 3 people, 2 knives. The 2 knives that hit the floor are getting kicked around, and everybody's trying to hit this big dude as he's really squabbling. So he's pushing him off and fighting. Pushing him off, fighting. He's getting hit, but he's not getting stabbed in lethal areas. He's getting stabbed on the back of his shoulders, his arm, his forearm. But he's not catching him in the face, the head, anywhere vital. And once he gets him back far enough and the other 2 were not able to retrieve their knives, bro picks up the 2 knives and throws them like over the catwalk On the other side of the tier, the way it's set up is in the middle there's a catwalk, and downstairs there's a ping pong table and a microwave, and the laundry room has a cage around it. And he throws it over that into where the TVs are. The TV is, I should say. There's only one TV. It's a big TV. The other side where they're fighting at is like where we be playing cards and all that. This is at MCIJ G West. So he throws the knives and picks up, if you ever see a janitor's little plastic dustpan and little mop set, he picks up that little dustpan and he is going at him. Now, these dudes are terrified at this point. They're running in different directions. He's chasing them. And in my mind, like, all I can hear is the old Scooby Doo song where, like, you'll see him running through the hallway, hit a door, boom, then they'll run through another way, the bad guy chasing them, then they'll come through and the bad guys in the front, they're chasing them. Like, those old cartoons. Like, that's what I'm hearing in my mind, because this is comical at this point. Like, he's really chasing around five guys who started off strapped up. Now, like I said, three of them still got knives, but now nobody is working. Everybody is in defense mode. Like, not one single person is on the offense going at bro. And he's yelling. He's in full savage mode. And he's running up steps trying to catch him. And there is no strategy amongst these young bulls. So some knives end up, the police come in. First, it's just two regular officers. They ain't even wait. It's so, like, weird on what's going on that a woman and a guy just come in telling everybody, yelling lockdown, lockdown, lockdown. I go in the front of my cell, but I'm still standing in the doorway. My bunk buddy comes in there, and he may or may not have been part of that organization. So a couple of knives get thrown in the trash can. The goon squad comes in, and then everybody, they get the people laying on the floor. One brother comes, slides the knives into our cell, and we pull the door closed. My bunk buddy passes me the knives, and I wear eyeglasses. So I have a brown eyeglass case, and the couple of knives that came under the door, I put them in the eyeglass case, put them in the bullet, and pushed it. Boosh! They're gone. I was shocked. I couldn't believe that bullet took all them knives. It was three of them. You know what I mean? The other two ended up, somebody got them into that trash can downstairs, which wasn't very good because it's got all kind of DNA and all over it. So we locked down. They got them, and everybody went to the hole. Bro that had got stabbed, the mission was against him, was talking crazy to that organization on the tier. Crazy, like, man, he's like, I'm good at any compound I go to. If this is what you're doing, man, you might as well leave me alone, because you're just going to get people knocked off playing with me like that. So, me and Bunk Buddy are in there rapping a little bit about the situation. He's like, yo, sanctions are going to be handed out behind this. Like, that is not the way it's supposed to go. People are really going to be going to the back behind that. And we were locked down for weeks. And I'm going to get into that a little bit. But they ended up shipping my Bunk Buddy. They put him under investigation because there's cameras. The cameras seen the knives come in. They brought me in a room. I ain't seen no knives. I don't know what you're talking about. Bip, bip. They took him out for investigation, and he ain't ever come back. They came in, packed his stuff up. In fact, they offered me to pack his stuff up for him. But, I said I ain't really want to touch bro's stuff. Because I ain't gonna lie, this was like my first bit, and I didn't know the etiquette behind it. But one thing for sure, two things for certain, I didn't want no problems with that organization. So, in my cell, I don't think I said the number of the cell, so I think I could say this. In my cell, there's a 4 foot fluorescent light. All right, so when you walk in, there's two bunks, and behind that is the bullet. That's your toilet, your sink. Then there's a grated window, which I could see Dorsey Run getting built, and there was a 4 foot light right there that you could take it apart with your ID. Now I knew there might have been stuff in there because on day one I was kind of put hip to, hey, we got to get in your cell, bit bit bop bop. I never went in there because it's not my business. Um, but apparently that's where they had some stuff put up at. And once once bro got shipped, another member of their organization who, I don't know, it kind of seemed like he might have been up in rank. I know who the big head was, but he kind of seemed like he held a position of authority, and he came up and he's like, "Hey, I need to get them." And we're still on lock. Everybody's on lockdown. You just happen to every 3 days be able to get out for a shower real quick. So he hits my door, and I'm like, look, I don't know nothing about that. I know everything that came under here got flushed. You know what I mean? I have no idea about anything else. Um, and he kind of acted like he ain't believe me, but at the same time, I'm like, I called him back another day. I'm like, hey, I was like, there ain't really no reason for me to like have nothing else to say that ain't true, right? And he's like, you're good, you're good. I already spoke to who I needed to speak to. Everything's official. I said, all right. So we spend these weeks locked down while they put the investigation together. Now, I get a new cell buddy, and he was another affiliate from a DC organization. His name was Spider, good brother. We had a little friction at first because when you're locked down that long and it's summertime and it's so hot in there that one of the correctional officers come in with a little like garden thermometer and took the temperature in the center of the tier, and it was 126 degrees in there. There was no air moving. There's no windows to open. There's two fans, like big industrial fans, on a stand that they had blowing just to circulate air. Like we would literally put a mat on the floor. There's an 8-inch gap at the bottom of the door and pour water on it and lay on that and then rotate every hour or two. You know what I mean? You and your bunk buddy would swap it out. You know what I mean? And lay on that. So prison is not the place to go. If you ever hear me tell these prison stories, and there'll be a few on here because this channel is going to be pretty much about my life and my thought processes, my thinking, the things I find interesting. So there will be more prison stories to come. But for this one, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. I thought you might find that interesting on how a hit can actually get so muffed that that nobody comes out on top. It's lose lose. And like I said, Pokemon, if you ever see this, respect. And I'm gonna take this opportunity to say rest in peace to Javon Young. Javon Young was a brim from Staten Island, New York. He came down here and caught a charge in Hagerstown, and he caught 10 years, ended up giving some of that time back. He only had to serve 18 months, and his organization successfully did the hit. He was given a mission. He was talking about the mission, and word got back to who the mission was against, and he came back from lunch, and I wasn't there. I was at another compound, but this is what I found out, and I actually saved the article from April 13th, 2013 of, they said he was beat to death, but I got different information from people that were actually there and a member of his organization. So Javon Young, rest in peace, good brother. I reached out to Fame Team up in Staten Island when I found out. I was trying to get a hold of your grandmother, but yeah, not every hit is a failure, and not every hit is a success. But damn, you know what I mean? It happens. Prison is not the place to be. If you have a child or somebody you care about that can't get out of the streets, show them these videos. All right? With that, I'm going to end with this is what it is, that's what it was, and this is what it be like. Till next time.